In my time of growing up with educated women and also working for and with highly educated women for 20 years at a college, I've learned a thing or two, or about 12 that they really do not like. They don't like you to comment on their looks. And especially if you're a husband and what's your wife like? Oh, she's beautiful. Or I have a beautiful lady. They hate that shit. They go to school. They earn degrees. Isn't there anything else you can talk about? Because at the end of the day, when you get old, the looks go away. And when those go away, what do you have? Like for me, if people said, well, what's your woman like? I wouldn't say, oh, she's a beautiful woman. I would say, she's educated. She holds 2 degrees. She expanded my horizons by showing me art history, by showing me oceanography, by taking me to places like art museums and other things that I would never even have considered going to unless I was with her. She enriched my life so much that I couldn't do it by myself. She's the one that got me to go to school, to college at age 35. And going to college at age 35 put me in proximity to so many people of different walks of life, different cultures, people from all over the world, people who had escaped countries that were being taken over by dictators. Gee, that sounds familiar, huh? Yeah. People who risked their life to get to the USA to have a better life. And this wasn't their first stop. Some of them went to Europe, then had to go to Canada, and then finally made it to USA and are citizens of the USA. It took years. It's not an overnight process. So when I describe my partner, because we're not married, I don't believe in marriage. She's already been married. I've already been married. We found it to be counterproductive to a great relationship. Living together is counterproductive to a great relationship. I was married for 11 years, and I never had a chance to miss my wife. With my girlfriend I've had for 32 years, every day we get together, it's like the first date, except we know each other. It's a great thing. I never get sick of her. I never don't want her to be around. It's always new and fresh. And she retained herself, and I retained myself. In fact, she encouraged me to be more myself. You know, it's human nature to go back to what you know or what you've been drilled into your brain, and instead of doing it new, doing it a different way. But men always talk about the way they look. That's all that seems to be important to them. Like J.D. Vance, for instance, when he's talking about his wife, he doesn't say that what her degrees are, or her education, or what she does, what she contributes to the world. No, she's just a beautiful woman. Anybody can be a beautiful woman. Have you seen Pamela Anderson lately? She's anti-makeup. Now that Alexis Vogel has passed on, that's her makeup woman, she refuses to wear any makeup at all. She dresses nice, but her face is plain. You have to judge a person on the person, what's inside of them, not the way they look. It doesn't mean shit. That's why I think Kamala Harris will be a great president. She was a DA and then the Attorney General. I mean, you don't just get to be that way because you're a wallflower, you know what I mean? When you put mafia guys in jail, that takes some moxie. I like that. I like a woman with moxie. Somebody that's not a pushover that requires a man to help them every step of the way because they're a lady. No, I like strong women. I respect them, and I envy them. They hit men. You can wake up out of bed and you don't have any roadblocks. White guys. You just have to roll out of bed and... But if you're a woman, you've got to overcome so many obstacles to begin your day, let alone be successful. My boss at the college, she earned 3 degrees, and now she's the head of 5 departments. I love her. I respect her. She does what she says she's going to do, which men don't ever seem to do. Next time you talk about your wife or your partner, why don't you give us an example of how she helped your life or how she changed your life or her qualities rather than how they look. I see this on TV. It's just the common rhetoric. On Jeopardy, I have a beautiful wife and 6 beautiful kids. Who cares? What do they do? You're a human. You can only look so many ways, you know what I mean?